The Wheel Awakens. This is part 3 in a series called Apprentice of the Shadows. We didn't have to go far to find the rest of the Imperials. Their voices drifted from around a bend, tense, hushed, far too alert. Claudia and I exchanged a glance. No more negotiation, no more warnings. We moved. The corridor opened into a collapsed antechamber where 4 soldiers stood behind a makeshift barricade of crates and stone. They spun the instant we stepped inside.
Hostiles.
Claudia slammed into them like an avalanche. Her shield rammed the nearest soldier hard enough to fold him over it. I slipped past her as she made the opening, daggers drawn. A sword came at me, sloppy and rushed. I stepped inside its arc, hooked my blade behind the soldier's knee, and dropped him to the floor. Before he could recover, I drove a dagger into the exposed gap in his armor, just deep enough for the paralytic coating to reach his skin. He stiffened, eyes wide, and toppled. Another soldier lunged at me with a long spear. I twisted aside, catching the shaft between both daggers, locking it just long enough to yank him forward and break his balance. With my free hand, I smashed a vial of searing oil against his cuirass. The alchemy hissed instantly, eating into the metal with vicious heat. He screamed, dropping the spear. Claudia swept in and finished him with the flat of her blade. 2 remained. One barreled toward Claudia. The other broke toward me, trying to flank. He didn't make it far. I flicked a flash pellet at the ground. It burst in a brilliant white flare, and he stumbled, blinded. I slipped behind him, crossed my daggers lightly against his throat, not cutting, and tapped his temple with the pommel strike. "Sleep," I whispered as he crumpled. Claudia took down the last soldier in a sharp, efficient exchange of shield and steel. Silence settled again, thick and absolute. "We need to move," Claudia said as she wiped her blade clean. I nodded, giving my blades a quick check. We pushed deeper into Razak's wheel. The air grew colder. The stone hummed faintly, as though something ancient was stirring beneath it. We reached a circular chamber, wide and hollow, filled with dormant mechanisms. At least, I thought they were dormant, until one twitched. A faint metallic click rang through the chamber, sharp and deliberate, sending a prickle up my arms. Then another answered it, then several more, snapping open in rapid succession. Hatches slid apart along the walls and floor, vents yawning wide as if the ruin itself had drawn a breath. From within, Dwemer spiders emerged, unfolding from the pipes and hidden conduits, brass limbs extending with mechanical grace as they dropped to the stone. One by one, their glassy eyes flared to life, cold and luminous, each fixing on us with unblinking precision. Claudia exhaled, long and slow. "Here we go." The first spider lunged. I rolled aside, daggers flashing. My blade sliced into the joint of its forward leg. Sparks flew. No blood. No pain for them to feel. No poison to take hold. Just metal. Fine. No poison. Then heat. I smashed a vial of corrosive fire against its back. The mixture ate into the plating instantly, melting through the metal. The spider screeched in that grinding mechanical voice before collapsing. 2 rushed Claudia. She met them head-on, her sword cutting through one while her shield took the other's strike. I slipped behind the remaining one and drove both daggers deep into the gap between its back plates, severing the internal tension cables. It dropped. Then the floor rumbled. Claudia's head snapped toward me. "Saren, I feel it." The spider scattered as something massive rolled into view. then unfolded. A dwarven sphere. It loomed taller than I expected, forcing me to tilt my head back as its razor-edged arms extended open. A narrow vertical slit on its head brightened, its visual sensor locking onto me. Behind it, another sphere rolled in, plates unfolding with a sharp, hissing clatter. "Stay fast," Claudia warned. I didn't need telling twice. The first sphere lunged at me, spinning its blades. I dropped into a slide, daggers scraping sparks off its lower plating as it passed overhead. The cut barely scratched it. Constructs don't bleed. Constructs don't flinch. Claudia intercepted the second sphere, her shield ringing with the impact like a smith bell. I yanked a vial of crackle powder from my belt. This one wasn't a toxin, merely a burst of raw, violent energy. Perfect. The first sphere spun at me again. I hurled the vial under its core. The powder detonated in a brilliant mesh of lightning surging up its frame. The sphere spasmed, its rotation ceasing for a single precious second, which was just enough. I leapt in, jammed one dagger into the seam at its neck joint, braced, and ripped downward, severing the main conduit. Sparks erupted in a violent burst. The sphere's visual sensor flickered, dimmed, and it collapsed. "Saren!" Claudia shouted. I spun toward her, and froze. The doorway behind her darkened, filled with something enormous rising to its full height. A dwarven centurion, towering, armored, every plate humming with power. Steam vented from its shoulder ports in a roar. Its hammer arm slammed into the stone floor, leaving a crater in the impact. "Oh, lovely," I breathed. "They kept a centurion." Claudia raised her shield, jaw tightening. "Got a plan?" I twirled my daggers once, heart pounding. Not yet. The centurion's visual sensor ignited like the heart of a forge, locked onto us.